This is a super review of the Philips Fidelio X2HR headphones. So I've kind of been playing musical chairs with headphones lately, but I keep coming back to my Grottos, my Grotto SR80s. Now, they're not a super expensive pair of headphones, but they're open back and they have a really unique sound, and I love that sound. The biggest problem with those Grottos is they're not super comfortable, and the build quality is just, they don't feel nice in the hand. So what I'm looking for is something that's, maybe not exactly the same sound as a Grotto, but similar. I want something open back, I want something more comfortable, and I want something that's built better, just so it feels nicer to use. It's also important for me to have something that will work without an amplifier, because I gotta be honest, I'm not gonna do the amplifier thing. I don't have it in me to put that much effort into my audio. So enter the Philips Fidelio X2. Now, if you've never heard of these, you might be surprised to hear someone who cares about headphones looking at a pair of Philips headphones, but these actually are really good headphones. I watched a number of reviews on these headphones, including some from some really serious audiophiles, and they give it good marks. Now, I'm cheating a little bit in that my friend has a pair of these headphones and I've already listened to them. I've already verified that I like these headphones enough to buy them. So I went ahead and bought them, and we're gonna go ahead and unbox it and make sure that this pair of headphones live up to everything I remember about those X2s that my friend has. And there we have it, the Philips Fidelio X2s in all their glory. We've of course got instructions, which it's a pair of headphones. I'm not sure exactly what they can instruct me on. All right, so everything that's in the box breaks down to the headset itself. We've got an audio cable, which is quite long. This is maybe too long. It comes with the adapter for a hi-fi system, which I don't have, so. And there we've got the headset. Let me smell this headband real quick. That might be real leather. Oh, that's nice. Okay, yeah, so in the hand, these definitely feel a lot nicer than the Grottos. I think visually it's a pretty handsome headset. The one thing that I think looks good but might be a problem is that the ear pads are covered in this velour texture, which is very comfortable. It looks quite stunningly handsome. The only problem is that it really, really attracts lint. Not a big deal, but something I'm gonna have to deal with is just a pair of headphones that never looks quite perfect, despite how handsome and made of leather it is. So one of the things I really liked about this headset, maybe I shouldn't be wearing a hat for this. Now, one of the things I really liked about this headset is the way that it fits. Unlike pretty much any other headset I've used, there is no adjusting the size of it. You just put it on your head and the band up here stretches automatically to fit your head. And it's super comfortable. I've worn these for hours at a time and it's not been a problem. And now, like I said, these are an open back headphone, which just means that there is open air in between outside the headphone and inside my ear. What that means for the listening experience is two things. One, I can still hear things outside of me. These are a little bit better at sound isolation than the Grottos. The Grottos basically feel like you're not wearing anything. These are kind of silencing the sound outside of the headset, but just barely. The other thing that it means is that anything I'm listening to, people outside of my headphones can also hear. They bleed pretty significantly. And again, these don't bleed quite as bad as the Grottos, but I wouldn't get this headset if you are looking for something to listen to in an office environment, unless you're okay with listening to your music pretty low. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a listen test. I'll use my new Sony Walkman. All right, yeah, I love these headphones. I love these headphones. Now the sound signature is actually pretty different from the grottos. The grottos are really strong in sort of the mids and especially the highs. These play down the mids and the highs a little bit compared to, actually quite a bit compared to the grottos. What I found that actually made that acceptable for me was that with an EQ, I was able to change that. I was able to bump up the mids and the highs with my EQ and really make these actually sound quite a bit like the grottos, which is great. Now, maybe I don't want that sound all the time, so I can turn off the EQ, of course, and just get the natural sound that comes out of the Philips Fidelios. And that natural sound is, it is a natural sound. It feels very natural. It doesn't feel like it really emphasizes anything. It's got pretty strong bass, stronger bass than the grottos for sure. The mids and the highs are all there. They're just not as elevated as they are in the grottos. That makes for, I think, a much more relaxing listen on these versus the grottos. Just those highs, mids, and especially the elevated highs, they really do kind of, it's almost a grating sound, but I, for some reason, like it. It's just the contrast in the audio that I really like in the grottos. I can make these do that if I want them to, or I can just chill back and relax with the very natural sound that they have without the EQ. And I also think that kind of more than any other headphone that I've listened to, these feel like standing in front of big speakers. I don't know exactly what they're doing. I don't know if it's the wide sound stage of the open back design, but these really do feel like standing in front of speakers. Maybe it's also just that they do the bass a little bit better than the grottos do. Oh, I gotta score these. I gotta give these a score out of 5, and I'm kind of cheating here because I've already used these headphones. I know I love them. I'm gonna give them 5 stars out of 5. If I had any complaint, it's just that the velour pads are gonna attract lint, and that's a pretty minor complaint. Maybe my other complaint is that this cord is just way too long. This has gotta be like a 10-foot cord. I'm gonna be using it to listen to my Walkman, which I'm gonna have in a pocket, so the good thing is that the cable is replaceable, and it's just a standard 3.5 millimeter cable, which means that you can just get any old standard audio cable, plug it straight into this, and you can get it any length that you want. So that is the Philips Fidelio X2 headphones. I'm gonna give it 5 stars out of 5. I'm actually curious, what is your favorite pair of open back headphones like these? And I'm interested if there are any other interesting open back headphones that don't require an amplifier, because I'm lazy. If you like this video, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you on the next super review.